Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Live. Many thanks for your comments so far, and Tony, thank you very much. No, it was planned this way, mate. It was I was running a little bit late getting home tonight, so so it's 8:30 instead. But yeah, thanks, and don't have his problem watching Joe Rogan. He's never late. No, because he pre-records. But we can do that for you instead if you want. It's not an issue at all. I am joined by the one and only Benjamin. How you doing? Oh, sorry, Ben. How you doing, Ben? You all right?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Bonjour to our French line out there. There's a few new members joining us as well. But no, I'm good, mate. I'm good. So it's just me and you, mate.
It is, mate. Special edition.
That's it. We can pretty much do and say whatever we want.
Well, as soon as it's me and you, Mickey, I think the only place to start is about shirters, right?
Yeah. In the comments, what we want to know is basically in the comments, are you a scarfer? As in, do you wear shirts to games or do you not wear shirts to games? We've been wanting to have this debate for a while, but we always end up having a scarfer on with us. Me and Ben believe in no colours at football. So we are your casual wearing lads at football. But I'm interested to see whether or not, can I see a picture of Brad's mum on Ben's wall?
I'll take it down when we come on the lives.
So, yeah, we're getting one. Michael says he wears a shirt. Dan says 50-50 depending on the mood. Are the other guys suspended? There's a few this week. No, they're not suspended. Basically, we put them in a sin bin. So we're working with the FA and trying out this new procedure. They wanted it lower league, so we thought we could get right in there and do it. So
there is a possibility there, Mickey, that he was on about the players because we've got a few out.
Yeah, no, he said the other guys suspended. That's what he said. It's in. There are a few this week. It's in our players. So yeah. Johnny Neal. Johnny Neal.
Who have we actually out?
Rest in peace for Johnny Neal, who sadly passed last weekend. And Mill Holder. Yeah, I've seen a lot of that, mate. So we're set out of there. It's Johnny Jon or John Jon, not John. So what's that? What players are suspended? Did you say, Ben? Saville. Oh, Saville and I think it's Saville and someone else, isn't it? Who else is it? There's two of them missing it. Plus, we don't have
off the team out.
Denor. Yeah, there's two. Alex says I stopped wearing colours when I was about 12. Tony says no colours ever. Oh, Cooper, that's it. Yep, Cooper. Paul says in my 38 years, I've never worn a shirt. I've never worn colours.
You sharing the comments?
What's that?
Are you sharing the comments?
I'm not. I forgot that you're not logged in properly, are you?
Like, no.
So yeah, I do apologise. So yeah, we'll go through this way. See, that's where the comment come from. Sorry, I forgot you weren't logged in.
No, I
won't. You can log in if you wanted to, but yeah, it's up to you. I don't know if you could do it. You might have to click out and then come back in. I wear shirts because I've got a belly, but not football ones. Okay. Back in the 70s, I used to have scarf wrapped around my wrist. A lot of people seem to do that, didn't they? You saw a lot of it in the 70s with the old scarves wrapped around and all that lot. So, no colours. No colours. Good evening, Darren. Darren's been watching us for years since we started when we used to do Friday Night Live. It used to be, Ben, when we started Friday Night Live, me and Omar and that, back in the day, 3 years ago, it used to be Darren used to come on every week and so did Joe Zamba.
And that was it. And then we got Joe on. What happened to Darren? Did he not make the cut?
No, he didn't. He didn't ask to come on. So we've got Cooper. Everyone's saying Cooper now. Good evening, Big E. Hope you're well. Evening to both from Wall. No colours. More of a nutter than a scarfer. Yeah, I could understand that. There's a few of you who watch us who probably do that. Denor out till January. Evening, lads. Good evening. Yeah, so we're missing Cooper, Saville, and Denor. So the midfield's going to be an interesting place on Saturday. It's one of those. I think you boys talked about it the other night, didn't you?
I wasn't on, but yeah, I think the lads did. I did watch the show back. If anyone hasn't watched the pre-record yet with Dan, Omar, and Stephen, have a listen. It was a good one. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I think it might change. It might force Edwards to change formation a bit, just because I don't know how we're going to. Yeah, I don't know how or who we're going to put in there. Might mean Honeyman might come into the middle. Fleming might drop a bit deeper. Be interesting to see what he does.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be an interesting one. Does he bring in any of the youth? I mean, they were talking on the show the other night. I think they were talking about maybe Leonard. I think there was a bit of debate around Mitchell. Do you play Mitchell after obviously Stephen ruining him the other day?
Yeah, he stuck into him, didn't he?
Yeah, proper. It was a bit unlike Stephen, wasn't it? I always thought, he was Mr. Positive, but yeah, fucking poor old Billy got it right in the neck then. Do you think Cooper being out could mean we don't lose him in the January window? I don't think we will lose him in the January. He signed a new contract in June, didn't he? What's that?
Casper, that says.
Oh, does it? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Casper.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It's a pretty quick turnaround, isn't it, to lose someone anyway? I don't think we'd lose Casper in January. Certainly not. Now the injury, that's almost certain. But I wouldn't have seen us losing him anyway.
Did we sign him or loan him? Sign him on a 2-year.
We don't know the length of it. I think it was long-term deal, which was announced, which is normally
normally 24-month for Millwall, isn't it?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you go on the Fleming thing as well, he was here a year before he got some sort of speculation, didn't he? So I'd certainly, I can't see anyone coming in for Casper in January.
No, I mean, John says I would play Leonard in the middle. If not, then Campbell. Put who you would play midfield into the comments, please, faithful watchers, listeners. Let us know who you would like in the middle of the park.
Just on this one, the Campbell one, certainly. If he doesn't start now with the amount of players we've got out, writing's on the wall with that one, isn't it?
Yeah. I think, to be fair, though, I think Campbell's probably going to go back. He's not, unless he has a blinding day playing in midfield or something. Do you know what I mean? I can't see it. I mean, Connor says Mitchell and Campbell in the middle, Leonard left back, Wallace and Harding centre back with Danny Mack right back. Hutch, for me, unfortunately, not good enough anymore, but a good option still for us. You don't rate Hutch, but you rate Wallace. Connor, that's a bit of a strange one. I mean, we've been talking about them over the time. Anyone but not Campbell. Leonard just in front of the back four. I'd probably say that's not a bad position for him, to be fair. Chris says Mitchell and Honeyman. I would probably mix it up a bit, to be fair, and maybe go Watmore and Honeyman, or even Honeyman and Campbell, maybe.
Yeah, if we make, obviously Honeyman started wide left, didn't he, against Huddersfield? Watmore can't play that deeper centre midfield role. I'd imagine if he's gonna start, it's gonna be out that wide left. If they do, then move Honeyman into the middle. As I say, if you've got Campbell there, and he doesn't play Saturday or play some part or a large part of it, as I say, I think it's quite evident what's going to happen to him in January. Is Danny Mack? I know Danny Mack was on the bench. Is he 100%? Is he fit? Do we know? Because again, that might determine then if Leonard does Danny Mack come into right back.
I don't know. I've not seen anything about Danny Mack. I know he's on the bench, but I've not seen whether or not he's back or not. Hutch has to play first game back against Ipswich, which was always going to be a tough one. Yeah. I think Hutch has to play, to be fair. If it's a choice between Hutch and Wallace, I'd probably play Hutch over Wallace all day long, wouldn't you?
Yeah, certainly now at centre half. I think Muzzer is almost certain to play left back because, as we keep saying, unless Longman's going to play left wing back, then yeah, he's almost certainly going to start because we haven't got anyone else. I said it a couple of times now, and everyone's asking for Alan Malachi to come in, but Joe Edwards has seen enough of him now. Wallace hasn't been in the best of form for us, so you would have thought if he was good enough, he's seen enough of him in training, he would be there or there, right?
Joe Zamper's there. Fucking. If you want to come on, Joe, you can, mate. Just let me know and I'll forward you over a link, mate. It's no drama.
Is he,
he's there.
His tackle the other night, his last-ditch tackle.
Whose last ditch? What, Joe's?
Evans.
No.
It was pretty decent. I saw the video going around on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Bear with me 1 second, gents. Well, it'd
be interesting. I think for me, I'd still stick with Billy. I know, again, he got loads of stick the other day, but I would still stick with Billy in the middle. I think the thing with Campbell is again, Edwards has made on fitness and obviously that high energy running that he's been tracking. So if Campbell still isn't as fit as he needs to be, or Joe Edwards wants him to be, then he's not going to play, is he? But yeah, as I said, if he doesn't play at least a part on Saturday, he's almost certainly going to be going back on.
That's it. Tony W, who's living in the future because obviously New Zealand bound fan, and it's already Saturday there. It's Saturday morning there rather than Friday evening in the UK. He says, I'd like to see Lendog playing a sweeper style with the back line pushed up a bit. What's your thoughts on that with your football positioning, football manager head on?
Yeah, I mean, that would be a complete change of style, really, for us, wouldn't it? I think I like Leonard playing that. If we play three at the back, I don't mind him playing that sort of right-sided centre-back. To be fair, he could play anywhere. If he wanted to go down that route, he could definitely do it. But, yeah, that'd be a complete change in play style. It'd be like old AC Milan style, wouldn't it, with Maldini and Costa Curta playing in the sweeper roles.
You don't really have any sweepers now. To be fair, they seem to have many wingers now either, do we? Do you know what I mean? As in football as a whole, I mean. So,
yeah, there's a good article on The Athletic, if you see it, Mickey. It goes around talk about formations that don't exist anymore. Quite an interesting.
You see, I was speaking to someone yesterday, and I'm not going to mention who they were, but they're an ex-player, and they were saying it's a lot of the style we're playing now, what Pep plays and stuff like that, from the back fours and all of that, aren't new, and wing backs and stuff aren't necessarily new styles. They've been around for years, probably forever within football. It's just I think everything's moved forward and they're now just rehashing what seemed to work back in the day, and now the players seem to be better at playing in those positions, so they just seem to be bringing it forward. I think it's changed football as a whole. I think you need to be a hell of a lot fitter to play some of these new styles.
There's actually a debate that we spoke about, I think it was on one of our lives, it might have been on one of the pre-records, and this is no dig at Murray Wallace, but how many other teams in the league, or how many teams in any of the leagues now in the Football League have sort of a Murray Wallace style left back, like a centre half that's made his trade now at left back. You just don't see it anymore, do you? Now it's mainly wingers that they're not good enough going forward. Bit like Norton Cuffy, really. Probably aren't good enough going forward, so they get pushed to being an athletic and up and down sort of right wing back. You don't really see like sort of wide centre halves now.
Well, that's it. This is another question. What was discussed yesterday in a conversation was apart from obviously Harry Kane, who is going to be Harry Kane's replacement when he leaves playing for England? Who's going to replace him?
Yeah, we're certainly not going to have anyone at that elite level, are we?
There isn't anyone. Is there really? I mean, in the centre half where he plays, is there another player?
No,
currently,
not a complete centre forward like him. And saying all the styles now, you have to have just like a certain way of playing, don't you? He's a complete number 9, isn't he? Like can do everything. But there ain't many of them now that can pass the ball like him. Can obviously like him.
No, that's it. But you go back to, I know it's England, I know it's not Millwall, but go back to that and you look at, you had Shearer, you had Ian Wright, you had, all the players back then around there. You had a choice of who you wanted to take to the World Cup. You actually had a decision.
Yeah.
Now, it's Harry Kane or Harry Kane
or Eddie Nketiah.
What's the young kid up and coming who comes down from the low? Not Ollie, is it? Ollie Watkins. But I wouldn't say he's exactly the same as Kane.
He's top draw, but he's not Harry Kane, is he?
No. Bobby, good evening. Yes, it's just us two, so the floor is open to anyone who wants to have a talk. Honeyman can play centre mid. Okay.
Yeah, I think he played the whole thing. He definitely played in that 10 behind the striker, but I think at times he definitely played. Certainly, I think for Sunderland as well, he played in more of a central midfield role.
I've sent you a link, Joe, if you wanted to. I didn't send you a link. I've sent it to fucking someone else. And they're going to end up firing into...
Joe.
I've got another fella on there who's called his name. Who's not called his name, but called similar name to Joe. And like with Zampa, I've got him down in my phone as something else. I'm just sitting there thinking, Joe, you've got the link. What are you doing? If you want to come on, you can. And then I just realised that actually it was someone else. So yeah, I do apologise for that. This show's going to sound so fucking professional. It's unbelievable. Is Stephen on the train already? I don't want to tell you, but yeah, he's on the train. I think he's on a Christmas night out tonight. I think it's the train spotting of. I think it's of Medway Town Train Spotter Society. He's out with them tonight.
Him and Dan have got their membership to keep up.
That's it. Well, nice to see that that's the other thing as well. I suppose we can talk about that. It's going to be a bit of a while because I don't know. It is what it is, and plus the boys done a midweek show. So yeah, I see that the under 18s, I think it was, spanked Charlton in the week. And I also, which is always good to see, I think about 8-0. And also I say what's been announced this week is obviously Neil Harris has got the Cambridge job and his first game in charge tomorrow is against Charlton.
Oh, there you go. He's going to be bang up for that.
I think that's probably a good one, isn't it, to go in?
Cambridge are in League One, right? I was surprised he got sacked from Gillingham, but... Do you think that's Neil's level, League One?
I don't know if it's his level. I think it's probably a good place for him to build. And then, Cambridge seems to have the right mechanism behind them now. So, he could be successful and get them up or get them up in a couple of seasons. He's a good manager. It's just, I think it was just, he had a run of bad luck, I think, wasn't it really? And it was just...
One thing you can say, he gets stuck in, doesn't he, Mick? He don't hang about for his next job, does he?
No.
He get time out after us, but it wasn't wasn't a huge amount of time, was it? But yeah, he gets stuck in straight away.
Yeah. As I say, it says it's the issue that you have when you have a Harry Kane, then the team totally relies upon their skills and suffer when they're not available. Oh, I totally think you're probably right there, to be fair. But I think that's probably been England all over. Who's coaching? It's 5 hours. Who's coaching? It's 5 hours and 5 hours back.
Bobby's asking a question saying who's going on the
There's
coach?
only. I'm surprised you didn't get the train, Bobby. It's only 3 hours and it's 30 quid. Rowett to Sunderland.
Rowett won't be going to Sunderland. They're after. Well, we saw the rumours about him after Kieran McKenna, didn't we?
Yeah.
Rowett won't get that job. They'll want someone far more high profile, I think. Their chairman was well, there was rumours they were sacking Tony Mowbray last year, weren't they, when they were in the playoffs? So
yeah.
they've been waiting for a time to get rid of him since
Chris, he does watch these episodes back, and he will watch this back. And just in case he doesn't actually watch the video, he listens to it on podcast. Then Chris says, "Yeah, I can picture Stephen standing on the platform in shorts, noting down train numbers in his Barbie notebook."
Can we ask a question to all you wonderful listeners out there and watchers? Who is more likely to have a train spotting hobby, Stephen or Dan?
I think we did get Harris from Cambridge.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, ball, please, boys. Yeah, we go back to Wolves. Neil needs to be developed as a manager, and in League 1 or 2 should show him to do that. Maybe his first 2 posts were just a step too far for him, possibly. And I think the probably the manager, the owner swap of Gillingham probably didn't help him out either. But yeah, hey ho, it is what it is. Again, if you've seen us across socials this evening, you'll see that there's a few posts or the same post as such, but across all our platforms, asking you to pick a shirt. Watch the video and then pick a shirt between 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are all blue shirts from back in the day, and basically there'll be a few of these coming over the next few days, and hopefully we'll get shirts what are saved and we put them into a final, and we'll do it on a show where everyone can sit there and thingy. So
what one was it, Mickey? Was it to vote one out?
Yeah, you're only allowed to save one.
You can only save one. Okay, so I'll quick look.
Both challenging for the
I'm sitting the rest of them, but number 1.
Dan, don't stop talking, and Stephen is the quiet one.
That's the train spotter.
As a train spotter. Anyone got any good pics of Millwall podcast Elf yet? No one's actually sent any in yet, mate. So set them in, send them in, and yeah, if you don't send them in, then you don't win. Also, the lad in America who ordered the box, I think you've probably got yours now. So again, if you have,
send me an elf.
I think so. Did you not have an elf in it?
Yeah, I think I did. Can't find it.
Typical, isn't it? So yeah, look quickly then. I mean, we're playing Cardiff at the weekend. Cardiff have had a bit of a rough time. Have they not lost 2? They've lost their last 2 games, haven't they? I think.
Yeah. So I was having a look earlier at their recent results. They've only won 1 game in the last 4. That was against Preston. Preston were down to 10 men. Yeah, last 2 games they've lost to Southampton and West Brom. So yeah, 1 win in 4 for Cardiff. I was listening to the Second Tier pod. They were talking about Cardiff. They're pretty strong at home. I think over the course of the season they've done all right. So yeah, it'd be an interesting one. It looks like they're generally quite tight games as well. When I was looking earlier, so it's got 0-0 written all over it.
Yeah, we won there last time we played, didn't we? We won there last season, so fingers crossed that we'll do the same again. I don't know who else was it. Joe gave his elf to Brad's mum. Ben, is it Is it on your shelf?
No, it's not Biggie. I had it. I definitely had an elf. Can't find it.
Harris come from Cambridge City, I think, not United. I don't care where he come from, but he's back in that town now. So so that Cambridge City. I don't know. I was just thinking then about town, but yeah. Ben.
I think Dan said something before. Don't know what he said.
Even my bad. Oh yeah, your Brad's mum was saying, wasn't it? Stephen got a Charlton look about him. Definitely train spot.
He's never come out again, is
he? Can we get another manager sacked on Saturday? There is a strong chance on that because the Cardiff guy's in a bit of pressure as well, isn't he? So I mean, that could actually. I mean, that curse has been going on for so long now that they come and play us and then they end up getting sacked the next day. But to be fair, I mean, I don't think really he was that bad, was he?
Who, Tony Mowbray?
Yeah.
I was amazed. I really like Tony Mowbray. He's done a good job at Blackburn, didn't he? Done a good job at Sunderland. I can't imagine they were. That was their first year back in Championship last year, wasn't it?
Yep. 3.5 years, I think he's been there, isn't he? And he basically took him got him out of League One into the Championship, or got him out, League One into the Championship, or was it League Two into League One?
No, got out of League One into the Championship. But I mean, how many matches they go through where they just struggled and couldn't get out of that league? So yeah, I was surprised. And I don't. Is the Cardiff manager under pressure? I don't know what their expectations would be.
I mean, it's also
no idea.
I mean, it's really weird now, isn't it? I mean, I saw something the other day on LinkedIn, which I think I shared on the group, where there was some agency advertising that they find talent for you, like coaching talent.
Yeah.
And they were saying that the average lifespan of a manager is 12 months, or a coach is 12 months. Yet their path and everything else, what this company does, they're getting the average up to 2 years. But I mean, realistically, okay, they get paid shitloads of money, but some of the ways managers are treated. Look at Sheffield United. I mean, they appointed pretty much a new manager before even getting rid of the old one.
Yeah, it was common knowledge that Wilder was going in there, wasn't it? As you say, before even Heckingbottom had been told, that he was going. Yeah, I think just make it obviously more about Mill now. I think you've got to give Edwards time. Hope this year is just about consolidating. Just don't go down, and then I think you should really have like a 3-year cycle as a manager, because Edwards will now inherit this squad. He's got, I would say, give him January, the summer window, maybe the January after. Then it turns into a bit more of his team, and then you kind of judge him after that, don't you? But yeah, managers in general,
How long would you give the manager? If you were the owner, what would be your? Because obviously, the fan base will overly cover the condition. Will obviously control that to a degree. But realistically, what would you? What sort of do you think 3 years is long enough? 2 years, 4 transfer windows, maybe.
Yeah, I think there needs. Yeah, I think about 4 windows would be right, wouldn't it? Before you could start to say that's their team, or if it's Edwards' team, wouldn't you? Really, January summer, I would say. Then it's probably his team.
I mean, especially now. I mean, coming in now, January transfer window ain't necessarily going to be the best window for him.
They're worse, don't they?
Yeah, so he's going to definitely need the summer window, and then obviously re-strengthen in the January possibly, and then go back out to the other markets. But I mean, I think he possibly has a lot more contacts than possibly, or a lot more contacts towards the youth setups than probably any other manager we've had for a while.
Yeah, 100%. And he said in his interviews before, isn't he, that he's not proud enough to not go back to those clubs. So I'm certainly expecting 1 or 2 young loanees to come in January. Hopefully one of them is Charlie Creswell.
Yeah, I'm hoping Charlie Creswell, because I think Charlie Creswell is a great up and coming player who just seems to have fallen out with
Just
with
not
the
getting
leads like the minute, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? I mean, Tony seems to think that we need to win 10 more games to be safe. Yet that's a worry right now with Poxy home form. Yeah.
It's a worry with our form in general, Tony, and I think it's a worry with now the other teams below us are starting to pick up, haven't they? We've seen QPR have picked up a couple of decent results. Huddersfield have as well. So, yeah, we need to start looking over our shoulder, I think.
No, I totally agree. I mean, I agree with Mark there. You know, generally, the longer serving a manager is, the more stable, rather than necessarily. I mean, you can't take it away from Rowett that he made this team stable, but the problem is now that the players were used to playing a certain way, and we don't have the players to be able to play in a different way at the minute. That's where I think Joe Edwards is going to come up against it. But it seems to be, I think he's noticed something, because there was a video flying around on Instagram and that today, and Fleming and that retweeted it, where they would seem to be practicing a lot of first shot fucking shooting.
Yeah, look, it's going to be
a bit like your wonder goal, isn't it? A bit like your free kick, when it at the 10.
Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen it, go onto my Twitter. Still my pinned tweet. Always will be. My penalty's number 2. It's just a big change in general, Mickey, isn't it? Really, like it's a completely different direction. None of us thought we were even going to go in this direction. So you've got to give him time to implement. It's not only going to be changes with the players. It's going to be obviously new coaching staff. I'd imagine going to come in at some point. It could.
I reckon Barrett will go at some point.
I think he will, because I think he seems like he just still would have aspirations for himself to become a manager somewhere. So I'd imagine at some point he'll want to go and be a manager. What level that's at, I don't know. But let's be honest, if he got offered our job, he'd have taken it, wouldn't he? So, but he must want to be a manager.
Yeah, or I mean, I know that he's well liked by the board, and he's well liked by the players, and hence why they probably wanted to keep him, because there was some form of continuity and everything else. But the fan base just can't fucking stand him. I mean, Dan says there, we've got some more comments now, so I'll put them up. Dan says there, Barrett and Marshall are part of the old regime. Get rid, hanging around like a bad smell. We need Creswell. He's had a dodgy start, but he was fantastic for Millwall. Joe will have a good idea of where to strengthen by now. I think you're right.
If he doesn't, we're in trouble.
Wow. There you go, then. You had to choose one of them.
Oh, no, don't do that to me.
No, I am going to do it, and I'll do it as well. You had to choose one of them for 2 years. Who would you have? Answer to the viewers as well. You can only choose. You've got a choice between Lomas or Holloway. And they're both on 2-year deals, and you can't sack them before that 2 year. Who would you go? I mean, to me, it'd be easy. It'd be Holloway. I know he's a pain in the arse, but it would be Holloway, because I just couldn't have an ex-West Ham captain at the ground. Even though, realistically, I can understand why they brought him in, because he was doing okay where he was. And if you look at his win ratio, he didn't do too bad when he was here. But it's still the fact for me that Lomas is an ex-West Ham captain, and it's a definite no from me, mate. 100%. You're going to go the other way now, aren't you?
I'm going to go the other way. I think that I couldn't stand. I was buzzing about Holloway when we got him in, and I fucking hate him now. Just can't stand him. I think he's an idiot. And I think with Lomas, it was just never going to work, was it? Because of everything you just said. But if he'd have done all right for us or done better, would we have moaned? Holloway, just the fact that when he blamed everything on Harris, didn't he? And said it was his fault. We got relegated, and all. He went down so far in my estimations after we had him. I can't stand him, Holloway. For me, I'd go Lomas, I think.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't be going Lomas, mate. But yeah, and it was Kai who took a banner to the ground, mate, with "fuck off Lomas" on his seat.
Was that his?
Yeah, when he was little. Yeah, when he was younger, when he was about 15, I think he took it to a game or whatever and got caught on telly.
I remember it being. I remember obviously going around Twitter and the picture of it and that at the gate.
See, that's the thing where they were going the other day. I mean, they were talking here, but obviously I'll ask you there, Ben. I mean, what positions are you looking to fill in January? I mean, the rest of them answered it last week, but I mean, what's your two positions? What you do? I mean, Connor says Creswell and Shackleton back on loan. Creswell was good and Shackleton impressed in the last few games of the season.
If I had to pick two now, it'd be centre half and left back. If I could get Creswell in as one of those, great. I just think, as we've said a million times now, I love Muzzer. He's been a great servant for the club, but he's just not what we need now, is he? We need just to move on from him. And we need a wing back now, or someone who's just a bit more athletic playing out there. I don't want to get on his back too much because he has been good for us. I know he's had a hard 12 months, really, hasn't he? But yeah, I think if I had to pick two, it'd be left back and centre half.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much what most were picking, actually. So Alex says, if a coach has 12 months longevity, what is the average lifespan of a director in football? I think directors of football probably get a lot more, to be fair, because they've got no pressure on them, have they, really? The manager, if the games aren't being won, will always head the sack race first, won't they? So yeah, I don't know. That's one to probably look into, to be fair. But yeah, are you ready? Are you ready for this, Ben?
Go on.
You ready again?
It's in a lot of way, a lot of Holloway, I should say. Do you know what? I was just actually looking. That was at Lomas, his last managerial. I'll get my words out. Was with us. He hasn't managed the club since.
No, he hasn't, has he? I don't even know where he is now.
Well, yeah, that was his last job.
See, Tony's the same as me. No vermin. Why he acted the way he acted on the QPR coach has to be Lomas. That was I've said it plenty of times before. I was just in case you didn't know, I was found on the board that day. And
wait, really?
Yeah. I know. I really don't like talking about it much, but I'll have to find the video one day because you can see it. But basically, because of what it was, I could get pretty much anywhere back in the day when I was found on the board. I could get literally everywhere, apart from in the dressing room on match day, but pretty much everywhere. So I was standing right next to the player entrance, or where QPR coach come in, and he's come round, and as he's pulled in, he's come round, which I found out afterwards that basically he told his players, "Don't worry, boys, I'm going to take the heat. They're going to want to come for me. You boys get off the bus. You won't get any abuse. It'll all be directed at me." So he sat there and done it. And then where the coach is and they get off and they walk up to the door, if you stand in front of that door and look to the left where you've got the collection window, well, that was all barricaded off. And I was standing just in there. I've got a green scooter jacket thing on, and like a dark green, like a sort of a dark green thing, not a luminous green jacket. And I was standing there, and as he's got off the coach, he's at the front of the coach giving it all this, and cupping his ear and all this, and Ian Holloway, you're a cunt, and all that. And as he gets off the bus, someone lobs a bottle of Bulmers, empty bottle of Bulmers at him, and it just missed him. But I catch it literally when it's probably about here in front of me. Yeah. So all you can see me on the Sky footage is suddenly like sidestepping last minute where this bottle. But fuck me, the bottle didn't even smash. So yeah, but that was it. But yeah, apart from that, it was a thing. But I just can't have Lomas, West Ham, all the connotations and all that. It was bad enough, mate, that we had Dave Martin, and he was here. Yeah, Billy Bonds was. It was a bit like when Billy Bonds was in charge. He only lasted a season. Yeah. So look, I hate Lomas.
I'm listen, he's obviously one of them, but I didn't know. Do you know he was born in Germany?
Who, Lomas?
Yeah.
Really? So not only is he West Ham, he's a German.
Yeah, according to his Wikipedia page, because I wanted to have a look to see if he had gone anywhere else after us. Yeah, he was born in Hanover in Germany.
Wow, didn't know that. It could have, obviously, because it is on Wikipedia, it could be an absolute
Could be load
pile
of
of cack,
yeah.
as Ben sometimes edits Wikipedia for people, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, allegedly, yeah. Where is it? I'm not going to repeat that message out loud. What Joe just sent me. So yeah, signing Nye Harris was the best thing Bond did. Yeah, I can't believe he's born in Germany now. So yeah, do you think we'll get rid of Kavanagh? Seems a bit. He's so asked to me. I don't know. I don't think we will. Not for a while. I don't think. I don't know. Definitely, probably don't want it. Don't want it yet because obviously James Berylson's only just taken over. You'd need it. You know, if he does go, I'd say probably be within 2 years or so next season after, just so there's some continuity because
it's a lot of change.
I think, and also I think the running of the club as such, even though we all hate it to a degree, I don't think he does that bad a job of it. It's just I think football as a whole, again, conversation I've been having recently with other people, we're no longer fans, are we? We are customers. We are punters as such. We're not fans, and I think that's where the problem is with football, and it's going to get a lot worse now that this new deal's been agreed with the Prem and the Championship, where I think it's 6.9 to the Prem, and there's a few billion to the Championship, but it's going to fuck us up. It's not. No one else is going to lose. It's going to be us, where we're, for instance, going to Cardiff at 8 o'clock on a Friday night, or 8 o'clock on a Sunday, that sort of shit. It's. Or 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. It's going to be all that sort of mad shit for us, going to football instead. So, yeah.
Yeah, Ricky, that's a great shout. I'd definitely get Styles back. But I'm assuming he's been playing for Barnsley. I actually haven't seen too much. If he was available, I'd definitely get him back.
Fucking Connor's got one for you.
Go on.
Lomas is working in the West Ham shop in Lakeside now. That'd be so funny if he was, wouldn't it? See, that's the thing. Fan of the board, Mickey. Really, look, I'm really sorry, the line, but yeah, unfortunately, it is true. Didn't Bond sign KL as well? Yes, and he signed Ifill as well, because when we done a show with Ifill a while back, there's part of that interview what we did with him. He talked about Billy Bond's fucking when he got his first professional contract and he got it all, and he was so excited that he ran off and realised that once he phoned the person at his digs, or his mum, or I think it was his mum or the person at the digs where he was living, they went, so who's paying for your food? And now Phil realised that actually the money had been offered as a contract. What he thought was great, he'd not taken into that his rent was being paid, his food was being paid, and everything else. And now all of a sudden, out of his wages, he was having to pay all of that. So actually, he weren't any better off. And when he went back and spoke to Billy turned around to him and said, "Next time you come in here, bring an agent." He said, "You've learned a lesson. We'll cover all of that." He said, "But you've learned a valuable lesson today. Don't do it again," sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So
at least sort it out for him after.
Yeah, that's it. Chris Brown, I think it was McCarthy who signed KL before he left. No. It was there. It was Theo what sold him.
Yeah, definitely sold him.
But I don't know. Oh, there we go. Look, Tony says Lomas's old man was a squaddy.
Makes sense.
So that's probably why he was in Germany. Bonds gave Bonds gave Kale his first start. How many people do you reckon are using this off the top of their memory, or do you reckon there's people just Wikipedia and Googling
No, I
right
reckon.
now?
I
And
reckon
then they're coming on here going, there we go. Alex S. West Ham, German and ginger. I'm not saying anything about ginger because both my kids are ginger. So I'm not getting into that ginger debate. Anything. Any news on what and how the club are going to honour JB, and be it a statue or a stand name, all for the statue? Yeah, no, I don't know yet, mate. I think it'll be a while. It probably will be a little while. Probably when we move, or not when we move, but when we do the stadium up, it'll probably be part of that. So yeah, we should have a Berylson. There should be a Berylson Boulevard, shouldn't there, around the ground? Because I mean, in the plans, what were there originally? There was going to be a 90-meter, I think it's a 90-meter wide path around the Den.
Yeah,
and maybe that path should be called the Berylson Boulevard or something. Do you know what I mean? Berylson Walk or something like that. That would be quite good, wouldn't it? Fans Forum, Cav and Gary said Barnsley wanted 3 million plus for Styles, so it was a no. Bonds gave Kale his debut last game of the season against Bournemouth, then got sacked in the summer. Okay. It's a good job you're bald then, Mickey. I'm fucking lost. Oh, ducking, I think. Is it? Yeah, possibly. I don't know. Memory, I don't have much, but certain things I remember. So you're not saying you didn't Google that either?
no,
So,
I reckon everyone remembers it. I'm going to remember it.
Yeah. This is really all over the place today, Ben. We've just really. I don't know what it is as well. All week I've been thinking it's been a day further than what it's actually been. So Tuesday I thought was Wednesday I thought was Thursday, and Thursday I thought was Friday. And then when I got up and went to work this morning, I was thinking, fuck, why can't the weekend be here already?
I know. It's a bit like that. It's always like that during Christmas, though, isn't it? Like, it all rolls into one December.
But, yeah, I see what Chris is saying now. Ginger hair, as in, good job I'm bald.
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah. Should we get on to tomorrow's game then a bit more?
Go on, Ben. In you go. You knock yourself out for a bit, Ben. Go on. I'm going to sit back and listen to an expert.
I don't know about an expert, but yeah, that'd be an interesting one tomorrow, obviously. So Coops is out, Denor's out. Is there any news on Joe Bryan? Have we heard anything on him? Is he still, as the lads keep saying, in a coffee shop in Fulham somewhere?
Yeah, we saw him. We saw him actually this week, didn't we? He'd done a video for a fan who's had a bit of a bad year this year, according to his message. So they gave him a message and gave him a little pep talk and that, which is, I mean, our club's the best at that, ain't they? They do that quite often, and you have to take your hat off to them. But yeah, we don't know if he's available. Then that will solve a problem on the left, wouldn't it?
It would. My issue is even when according to the team news on Flash Score, which I've got here, it says he's still out and will not play. So he's definitely out. Aaron Ramsey's out for them, which is probably a bit of a touch. But yeah, I mean, it would solve that left-hand side. The issue is even if he is fit, how many games are we actually going to get out of him? He's just built like a poppadom, isn't he? He'll get 2-3 games and he'll be out again.
Who's built like a poppadom?
Joe Bryan.
Do you know what? If this was a pre-recorded show, that would be a fantastic name for the title, wouldn't it? Built like a poppadom. Do you know what I mean? I think I might change this one to there. So yeah. I mean, someone says there, where is it? Still injured is Bryan, needs surgery to remove that camera from his hand. Joey's busy doing health insurance adverts.
He needs it himself.
George Cox on loan from Fortuna. Maybe we were linked with him in the summer. Well, we have a Fortuna fan who watches us, so he'll probably be able to give us a figure there. Bryan is a Darren Anderton proper sick note. So come on in, Ben. Set set us on the path forward, because we've been chatting bollocks for the last 49 minutes.
We're going to Cardiff.
It's flown. To be fair, it's flown fairly quickly. But again, I don't know if you can actually take anything out of what we discussed so far. What would be your starting 11 for tomorrow? And if you watching or listening, please put your starting 11 in the comments as well, please. And then we'll come to you guys after Ben.
Starting 11, I think I would probably have to go with a change of formation, just given how many players we've got out. And I'd probably have to go to the 3-5, everyone to call it at the back. And I'd probably play Leonard in the right centre-back. Because Hutch is going to play Coops. If Danny Mack's fit...
Cooper can't play.
Oh, yeah, Coops is out, isn't he? Wallace, sorry, at the left. Centre-half. No, I'm not. I'm going to play Harding there. So we Leonard, Hutch, Harding. Norton Cuffy, right wing back. I'm going to play Longman at left wing back. I'm going to play Mitchell and Honeyman in the middle. And then I'm going to play Fleming. Give him another chance. Although he's got to start putting his fucking finger out, hasn't he? And
then be your front two.
I would play Nisbet and a Maku.
Okay. I would like to see Watmore and Nisbet.
The only thing there is we haven't got a lot of presence there, Mickey. We're quite small, wouldn't we, if we play both of them? The thing is with Amaku we've played him in that wide position, haven't we? The both times he started against Blackburn and Ipswich, and they were pretty poor performances. His best game for us when he started was at Preston, and he started down the middle. He looked as lively. He had a really good game in that first 20, 25 minutes.
Who is there really who could play? I would say playing just like behind Fleming.
Who? Amaku?
Yeah. He's got or bring Fleming back a bit and put him just behind the front two, just so he's got movement to run. But then you've got some pace. You've got a few of them with pace up that end.
Yeah, we definitely need a bit of pace. I think we're going to. We've got. We did it obviously against Sunderland a bit more. Yeah, I agree with that, Danny. I agree with that. I think we're going to be a little bit more sit in and just try and, I think, catch them on the break a bit more, which is why I think Amaku down the middle. Amaku played, it was at Shamrock, right? So when he was at Shamrock Rovers, he played down the middle. Obviously for Ireland, he plays down the middle. So yeah, for me, I don't see him in that wide position. And the thing is, the way that we're going to play now in terms of keeping the ball, you've got to keep the ball. There'll be times when we're under pressure against teams. Then when we get it, you've got to take the sting out of the game. You've got to keep the possession a bit. And I think playing the young lads out wide, you can get it out to them and they can lose it. I think if you're playing him down the middle, his job is getting behind stretch teams, use your pace, use your power. I think that's where we're going to see the best of Amaku. I just don't like him out wide.
Yeah, that's what a few said. I mean, John says Amaku played up top just the once, the best game playing there. Yeah. Dan says Amaku's pace, huge right, is lethal. Just play. I mean, John's got a good point. Just play players in their natural positions.
Well, yeah. I mean, when we signed Amaku, we would have signed him to be a striker, right? I don't know. Has he been forced to play out wide just because we want to get him in the team and we're trying to just force that a bit? Why are we doing that? If so, for me, I've said it for ages, his best position is down the middle.
Is it because we haven't got anyone down that side and Rowett used to try and play with, that winger with needing some pace, and obviously he was quickest and and went from there. Don't know. John, Chris Even has gone in with his 11. Bart, Danny Mack, Harding, Hutch, Malachi, Mitchell, Honeyman, Watmore, Norton Cuffey, and Maku, and Nesbitt. That's not a bad team, to be fair.
No, it's not.
I don't think Maku will play.
We're playing Mitchell and Honeyman in the middle, I'm assuming, with that, Chris, and then Watmore in the 10, and then Norton Cuffey and Amaka out wide, I'm assuming.
Chris will come back and tell you in a minute. So, yeah. Amaka was sensational against Preston.
Yeah, he was.
He's not playing well lately.
No, but again, when he was at Preston, he played down the middle, didn't he? Or just off, I think it was just off Bradders. And he was certainly central anyway. He wasn't playing out wide, is kind of my point.
What about that one? Give Fleming a chance in his favoured role as number 10 with Nesbitt and Amaku up top.
Well, the issue I've got with Fleming is, I think we did this on one of the lives again, or one of the pre-calls. We went through his stats of assists. He's not an assist. It's not been his job. He's always scored goals. For me, there's still an argument to play Fleming up top. He's good in the air. He's strong. He's put that bit of muscle on, and again since he's been here. For me, there's still an argument to play him up top because I think he'll help support the players around him as well. And again, there's probably an argument that he's our best finisher, or certainly you want him on in and around the box. So I'm not sure that 10 role's best for him. Again, I'm looking at his old Fortuna goals on YouTube. They're all in the box.
Yeah, no, they are all in the box. So we've got, where is it? Not Team SA. Kid needs game time. Wasted on the bench. Can't do worse than Zian of late. Could he? No. Amaka reminds me of when Kennedy got into the old side. They didn't trust Kennedy up front, so stuck him out on the wing. Yeah, he probably got. It's not a bad call there, to be fair. But he scored some wonder goals. Thoughts on Nesbitt? Been really clinical last 2 games.
Yeah,
we've moaned about Nesbitt, and a lot of people who obviously watched him play in Scotland said that there's something about him that he can run with the ball and take players on and score goals. And hopefully that continues.
For a while, he's definitely a natural goal scorer. And we've said if we can get him in those positions that Bradders is generally in, I think he is more clinical than Bradders. So, yeah, I think, again, it's just, can we keep him fit for a long period of time? That's the problem we've had so far, isn't
it? Yeah. Chris says, Amaku and Nesbitt up front, Watmore left, Cuffey right, number 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, again, do you know, there's a lot of people that are fans of Watmore. I just think he's all right. You're going to get 60 minutes out of him. He's just all right for me.
You don't like him, do you? You don't like Watmore that much. You're still to be proven wrong, aren't you?
Yeah, what's he really done in the side? He's had flashes of looking like a good player and he gets injured again. He's out for 2 months. Looks like he's going to be all right and gets injured again. He's just, I know it's not his fault, but there'd be players I'd rather in the side than him, put it that way.
Yeah, I thought Rowett wanted Maku on the wing because of his pace. But it's all right being on the wing because of your pace, but if you can't play on the wing, there's no point playing there, is there?
He just looks like a natural centre forward to me. He's built like a centre forward. He's not built like SA, is he? SA's slight and looks like he definitely could play out wide. Maku to me doesn't look like that sort of player.
Nesbitt, the new Harding, 3 and 4, hopefully. Must sign 2 wingers. I am worried our defence will get outrun by Robinson, Grant, and what's that say? Mete.
Mete.
They're all quick. Yeah, I think you probably got, I don't know. I just got this feeling tomorrow that we're going to go win it.
Yeah, I hope so, mate. We'll see meeting them after a good performance there on the back of a couple of defeats. So, yeah, are we doing predictions now? We're waiting for predictions. We're doing predictions.
Yeah, put your predictions in the comments there. What do you think the score's going to be for tomorrow? Let's see who's going to get right and who's going to get wrong. So you got 2 minutes. Drop them in. Off you go. Ben's going to give us his. I'll give you mine, and then we'll come to you boys.
I'm going to go with 2-1 to the Lions. Nisbet and Norton Cuffy to score.
Very,
very specific for me.
I'm going to go 3-1, and I'm going to go 1-1 half time, and then 3-1. And I think Nesbitt's going to get 2, and I am going to go Harding with 1. So, yeah. Chris, we'll come back to your point in a sec.
Just a little stat on tomorrow's game.
Got him.
Between us and Cardiff, when conceding first, we have a combined record of 1-1, drawn 2, and lost 14. So the first goal is going to be very important tomorrow.
There we go. So, yeah. So Gary's gone with 2-0 to Millwall. Ken's gone 0-0. We've got everywhere issued, but we don't know our best front two. We have issues everywhere, but we don't know our front two. No, we don't. We'll come back to that in a sec, I suppose. Alan's gone Cardiff 2, Millwall 0. Connor's gone 3-0 Millwall. Dan's gone 2-1 Wall, Nesbitt and Harding. Sometimes I think we have a soft underbelly against teams who are struggling. Yep, I agree with you there. Someone else, look, 2-0 Nesbitt and Harding. Alex has gone 3-2 to Cardiff. Chris has gone with a 2-1 loss. Any more of you in there want to get in?
Come on, a bit more positive, guys.
Yeah. Those of you watching on YouTube, if you've not subscribed yet, please do so. And make sure to give the live stream a thumbs up. Just helps with YouTube going everywhere. So, yeah, we'll see where we are.
Final numbers coming out on Twitter as well. So 800.
What's that?
Final numbers came out on Twitter this afternoon. 850 nutters going.
Is that really? Christ. I don't think Omar's going now. I think he was, but he ain't. I don't think he's going now. So, yeah. Alex Aldridge out. Not one more window. I think he'll be here for a while, mate. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere. Edwards made a point, didn't he, saying that he knew Aldo, and he think Aldo recommended him to put his hat in the ring for the role or something like that, I think Edwards said.
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere, mate. So, yeah. The Lion says 1-0, and I take it the way you've written that possibly could mean 1-0 and Hutchinson scores an own goal, is it? Daily Mill says 0-0. All the problems. I agree with you. I think there are problems there with what he's done. But again, unfortunately, we don't know what's what. Dan says Hutch has to play. You know, if he plays tomorrow, it'll be his 250th game he'll play for us. Stan's got a good question there. What player from our youth team do you think will break into our team after Christmas?
Well, again, similar. I'm going to give a similar answer to what I've been giving about Malachi. The issue is we haven't been in the best of form, and if there was anyone standing out to come into the side, would they have done that by now?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Would they?
Well, Malachi's in and around the squad now, isn't he? And he still can't get in with with Murray Wallace being as bad as he has been or struggling like he has been. So, is there anyone in? given the fact that we won the regional thing last year as well, you'd think there'd be players that are knocking on the door. But managers now, we're not seeing anyone new really come in, are we?
No, but I mean, if you were Joe Edwards and you've been in 3 weeks, I also wouldn't be looking at bringing in players who haven't necessarily played in the full team and giving them that sort of level of trust and respect. When if he'd done that now 3 weeks in, I mean, you're in the team now.
Yeah.
I walk in as a manager. You've been there for a while, and all of a sudden, I've not had time to assess you boys. I've not had time to assess the youngsters yet. I'm going to bring in an unproven player to take your position. I think that you then stand the risk potentially of rocking the boat heavily and sort of unsettling the dressing room. And I really don't think that they're going to want to fucking do that. So, yeah.
No, I don't think they will. And if you remember as well, I think it was over the international break where Edwards said that they did an inter-squad game with the under-21s.
Yeah.
I know, again, it's going to be a small snippet of, so he's seen them. So, yeah, I'm not sure there's going to be anyone immediately knocking on. And we've got the 2-3 best talents in SA, Amaku, and Malachi already in and around the squad, haven't we?
Yeah. So that's Wales. That's Cardiff 1, England 3. Moment I heard Aldo recommended, I knew this was a screwed. Oh, I knew this was screwed. Best signing in January window will be a proper scout. Maybe. 1-0 Millwall, Wallace to score. That's probably got fate written all over it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Hutch winning goal, Mickey. Oh, because I thought he was the other way. So, yeah, there. George Walker. I take it that's a youth player, potentially.
Yeah.
Other issue is that without Cooper being marked heavily, Harding may not get the space. May not get the space in the box. So another issue is that without Cooper being, we do stand to lose that because everyone just used to absolutely flatten him with marking, didn't they?
Yeah.
If you're good enough or you're old enough, get him in over Wallace.
Well, that's exactly my point, Dan. That's exactly. Is he good enough? Well, I mean, I haven't seen enough of him, and I'm saying he's been in and around the squad now for a while, isn't he? He's still not playing.
I mean, that's the point as well. I mean, maybe that might happen that we'll send players to Cambridge because obviously Neil will get players playing the Millwall way. Why not send Malachi to Cambridge on loan if we're not going to play him? It's probably a good call, to be fair. Oh, dear, very sorry. If you're not safe or doomed, hopefully not, then I think that's when the youngsters will get their chance. I sort of possibly agree with you there as well.
Yeah, I think we need a few more points on the board first, don't we?
Yeah, the formation should be dictated to a degree on the players in the squad rather than forcing them to play out of position to suit the formation you want.
Yeah, agreed. Stephen goes on about that all the time, doesn't he? I think we just got Rowett liked a utility player and a player that could play in multiple positions, which I think just didn't really. Well, it helped him at the time, and I think we're just a bit of a victim of that at the moment. That we've still got a lot of those players in the squad. Well, all those players in the squad that still can play in multiple positions. So when we do get injuries, players end up playing, different roles, don't they?
No. I think it's the same as what someone said earlier on. I think you just need to play players in the position they feel comfortable in, not playing them out. Let's go back to I can't stop it now. Let's go back to Chris's point from earlier because you're probably a better one for answering this than me because I've got no idea what fucking a 10 is, to be fair. Well, I have because I've been educated by you boys. But Chris says, I'm not sure why everyone is obsessed with playing a 10. What's your views on that then, Ben?
Yeah, well, I, as I said, I don't think Fleming. You want your number 10 to be a creator and someone that can get on the ball, play balls in between the fullback and centre half, just pick passes. Ultimately, I don't think Fleming is that sort of player. So, yeah, it's a thing that everyone is now obsessed with, isn't it? Rather than playing two forwards or having a forward that drops deeper into that 10 role. But yeah, I don't think we have anyone really capable of doing it. I know Fleming has been trying to, but I'm not against moving him, as I say, up to play in a 2, or that's probably his only position, really, isn't it? I think he's not going to sit in and play that deeper midfield role. So
no, you've either got to play him maybe a 9 or 10, or you just play him right up front. Well, maybe him and Nesbitt. Put him and Nesbitt and the Maku behind them.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I don't think the Maku's that 10. I don't think he's that sort of player that, as I keep saying, is just going to be able to pick that pass. I've said to chaps a few times, I think Fleming is a 9.5. I think that's his role. It's like he's like a deep line forward almost. I think, but his best position, well, I think eventually for us will be playing up front.
Dan said SA is a number 10 all day long if given his chance.
Does he play there for England? I don't know where he plays when he plays for the England youth setup. Does he play in the 10 or does he play there for England? Does anyone know in the comments?
I don't know. Someone will tell us in a minute. Lenny is a utility player, but he's normally man in the match wherever he plays. Yeah, it's a good thing I was talking the other day as well, that there seems to be more and more utility players. You seem to be able to, utility players seem to be the choice now through Dunn. Rooney definitely getting sacked. Could see Rowett going back to Birmingham, maybe, no?
I don't know.
Mickey, I think you need an early night, mate. No, I'm all right. I was, I don't know why. Every time I took a puff of this other vape, it just, it kept making me like, ooh. So, we'll see. Bench Fleming, see what SA can do at 10. Could be a chance, and then bring Fleming on second half. And also, I'm in a different room, Chris. There's no air in here. So, I'm in a bedroom today. So, Watmore is the closest we have to a number 10, in my opinion.
Not for me. The wide player.
SA plays outside right for England. Do you want to answer that, Ben? No?
I'd not. I've not seen.
I was looking at you for an answer then, and you were just like, and I'm thinking, is he on mute? Is it me? Where are we gone?
Yeah, I had no idea. That's what it means. He plays wide there. So I just don't think we have a natural. I just don't think we have a 10.
Lenny could probably do us a turning goal, to be fair.
Yeah,
but if that's right, then I'd stick Bart in Cooper's position. He's just as tall.
Yeah.
And then go from there. 3-1 Flair, 3-1 Millwall with Fleming scoring 2, or Casper Denor as a 10. Yeah, just not at the moment. I think he's going to be out till the earliest January. I think Richard Cowley said, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then it all depends on getting fit. I reckon realistically, by the time he gets fit again and gets match speed, you're probably looking February time, maybe.
Yeah, it's not going to be earlier than Jan. He said, does he require surgery on it at all?
I don't know. We can probably find out. So yeah. Right, one for you, Benjamin.
Go on.
Agree Fleming would be great as a false 9, but need 2 inside forwards. And Maku and Watmore would be great, But problem we have, our left back needs protecting, and that's the problem with any formation.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen teams target Mazza, haven't they? I think that's why Longman plays more. I've got to be honest, because I think he's that. Well, you can play left wing back as well, so I think that's why Longman plays more. You've also got Honeyman that obviously he's been playing in the wide left position. Yeah, he is made of poppadoms. Yeah, and you've got Honeyman that can also play in that wide left position again with his work rate. So I think, that is the issue. So I think that's just kind of looking at it from the other side. If we've been saying that Danny Mack could get in at right back and play Norton Cuffy in that wide right, because you can just let Danny. He's got that defensive capabilities, isn't he? And he's solid in his defensive work. He hasn't got worried about getting across that halfway line. Just let Norton Cuffy do it. But yeah, it is an issue when you've got to protect your left back so much that you have to play a wide left player who's got higher defensive workload.
Yeah, Connor says, I've always said that Fleming is a forward playing as a number 10. Last season, he would have scored so much more.
Honestly, look at his Fortuna goals. There was that clip on YouTube of his goals that was going around when we signed him, and I watched him again recently. And there ain't many outside the box. He's not very deep very often. He's pretty much a centre forward.
Maybe that's where we need to do, but there's something there, isn't there? I mean, I know as much as you like him and all that, but maybe it's time to drop Bradshaw for a couple of games.
Yeah, I think it is. I've said that.
Let him have a rest.
I don't think he's recovered from last year. He had to play every minute, didn't he, of every game last year. I was told that he was wrapped up pretty much. Yeah, he was struggling. He had a lot of knocks towards the end of last year, and he was still just getting through the games. So, yeah, I'm a Bradders fan, but I think
we know that, Ben.
He needs to come in this bit.
We know who your source is as well, Ben. So yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pillow talk. Do you know, one day we're going to see Bradders, mate, and I reckon there'll be a few on the panel he decides to knock out. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it won't be me. So yeah, 6 to 7 weeks, Casper Denor. I'd say that's a long time out, isn't it? And then by the time he gets healed, or by the time he gets match fit again, you're probably looking closer to 10, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Ben. Disagree with Ben with some of his goals. He took them on the outside the box and drifted in.
Yeah, but he took. They were in and around the box. He's with a number 10. As I said, you want that 10 to be unlocking passes. I don't think I've ever seen Fleming do that. I don't think you want your 10 to be your creator. I can't remember a defence splitting pass that Fleming's made. Do you know what I mean? I think his best position is in and around the box.
See, that's a bit worrying now. We understood this, or I sort of heard this as well, but I wasn't 100%. I heard that it was near his ACL, but then, I mean, we got someone else there, Richard, who's come in and said,
weird one with his Achilles and
dry small or tear. Dry small or tear, yeah. Oh, there we go. Very small ACL tear.
That's weird because, I say, Edwards said it was.
They're not going to tell you it's an ACL tear.
No, but I mean, Achilles and hamstrings just as bad, isn't it? Well, no,
yeah, it's on his calf, just above his ACL. So yeah, I mean, it's not a good injury for a player his age who potentially and realistically, they're never going to tell you if it's an ACL tear because of his age and potentially what he's been doing. People are going to look for him, aren't they? And they want money for him potentially, and then it'll be down to how good their medical team is, I suppose. Gaz are the perfect example of a number 10, 100%.
Yeah.
Zian is not on the same page.
No, not at all. I just, as I keep saying, I think you tend to be that creator, and Zian's to me, he's a goal scorer. He's not a creator.
No, he's more of a Gary Lineker type player, isn't he?
Yeah, I'm not saying
back in the day, not now.
He can pick up the ball from deep and he can make those runs, but he's not. As I say, I just can't remember too many assists that he's made where he's picked up the ball and made that defence splitting pass or picked a pass or whatever. So I just think he needs to be further forward.
Danny Mills says it's probably a blessing in disguise without Denor. We want to try and play tippy-tappy football.
No, I think we're going to play the same way with Edwards, aren't we? I think it doesn't matter if Denor's in the sides or whoever it is. I think we're still going to play the same way.
I will message him after the show. I'll message to the lad what come on here. Maybe we'll look at getting him on again at some point, and then we can question him about Fleming, and then go from there. So yeah, then we're going to give you about 10 minutes left, and then we'll be back Sunday, and we'll have a pre-record out, or we'll be back. So yeah, but if you've got any questions for us or for Benjamin, let him in now. Denor is very technical, always has his head up, he's looking for that ball, but as we know, we haven't got that type of player in the front that plays on the shoulder. James, it says 1-0. Is that 1-0 to Millwall or 1-0 to Cardiff? Obviously, she's put the 1 first. We'll see. At least Denor and Mitchell can keep the ball, unlike Cuffy, who thinks it's Xmas every game. Unfortunately, Fleming been on walkabout since last season. Yep, that's a 1-0 for James. Come on, you Lions.
Yeah.
So then, yeah. Benjamin, anything you would like to say?
Should we give a little plug out to next Saturday again? Obviously, we're having our little Christmas get together after the Huddersfield game, going to Harry's after. So hopefully we'll see.
Yeah, those of you who are at the game next week against Huddersfield on Saturday, we will be going to Harry's Bar after the game. And those of you who are about who'd like to just come and say hello, we'll try and get Stephen to wear shorts so you can have a picture with him, but we probably won't.
That now, isn't it?
And yeah, I might do a what do you call it? I might bring a prize with me. What can we do to what can we do to set a challenge on the day?
Well, last time it was Hug Dan at Watford, but I don't think we got.
Yeah, but I meant something what's realistic to a degree, that if they do it and come and show us, what could we do?
Brad's mum then, but I better not.
No, because Brad's mum might not even be there, but yeah. I don't think you need to be members now, do you? I don't think you need to be a member or season ticket holder now, do you?
To get into Harry's?
Yeah.
Not sure. Has that changed now?
I've got no idea. If there's any trouble with getting in, Chris, just text me and we'll be able to do something. No doubt. There we go.
Comments on that.
There we go.
Yeah, if anyone can get a picture with the elf before the game, run the players.
But that's only limited to you boys. So you've got the elves.
I need to find my elf.
So yeah, that's only thingy. So yeah, we do a signed shirt. We do a signed pair of Stephen Schultz. Do you need to be a member to get into Harry's Bar? Got no idea.
I don't think. Well, I think.
But the line, if you DM us on Twitter, and then I'll drop you our numbers or whatever, and then on the day if you're at the game, mate. Just are you coming to the game on Saturday? Then I take it in the line. Or are you in France? You're back over in London, or you live in London? I don't know. It'd be good to see you. Yeah, just let us know where is it. No, you do need to be a member or a season ticket holder. They check on the door.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of it changing.
Yeah, no, we're trying to sort something out.
The old fan on the ball would be all right.
Yeah, just mug a season ticket. So yeah, they do. They check on the door. Okay. Members of season tickets are allowed a +1 each though. Oh, there you go. So there'll be all our season tickets there, so we can just get people in who aren't necessarily. I'm in France, but we'll be over for the QPR game, our Boxing Day. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be there for that. I might be, because I am around the corner having Christmas dinner Boxing Day, but I don't know how well that will go down. It's 12:30 though, so I could be back for dinner. Yeah, I don't know how well that would go down, to be fair, but we can always try it. So yeah, any of you what are going and on a season ticket or whatever, just give us a follow on military Harris Bar. It was nice to see the 100-year-old veteran get a medal from the French military at Harry's Bar. Didn't even know about that, to be fair. That's a nice touch, to be fair. So yeah. Right. I'm going to be doing a competition this weekend on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram this weekend, and the winner will be I'm probably going to do it up until Friday night, and then the winner I will take your boxes to the den on Saturday, and you can pick the picture. You can pick your Christmas decoration boxes up from me or from us next Saturday after the Huddersfield game or before the Huddersfield game, whichever way you want. So yeah, look out for that over the weekend. There'll be one on Instagram, one on TikTok, one on Instagram, and again, it's just literally it was going to be the retweet and just tag your pal in and make sure you're following us. That's it. So that'll be a nice, easy one for you. Just keep an eye out over the weekend. They will be coming up because you can't buy any more boxes as we are not making any more. But those of you who have got boxes and you like them and they're great, we will be doing something around Father's Day this year. So again, if you are interested, then get in touch and then we can put you on a waiting list. Just put Father's Day gift and info at thatmillwallpodcast.co.uk and I'll create a waiting list for you. We will get an email list started over the next week or two anyway, over the Christmas period. That will do there. Is the elf from the train? Listen, you have got until Christmas Eve to figure out what picture you want. So the best picture, what we get, and if you send them to us, so, send them to us by Twitter or any form of social media, get in touch with us. If you've got our numbers direct, then send them there, or any of our slots numbers, send them direct. Then, yeah, do that. And then we'll collate them, and then we will put them out and we'll see who votes best, and then there'll be a special prize for you for that. More prizes coming next year, by the way. We're in the process of working them out. So, yeah, that's it. Mickey been smoking the herb. Oh, yeah, well, further yawning. Christ, I haven't smoked weed in years. A long time, to be fair. Since my kids, probably. To be fair, yeah, she's 16, so, yeah, a while. So, yeah. I think you're allowed a guest. Yeah, I think you are. What else is there? Bring a tin of beans with you to the football game on Saturday. Not to give to the food hub, just in case Huddersfield want to start. No, I'm joking. Just bring something to if you're coming to the game on Saturday, just if you go shopping in the week, just pick something up extra and drop it into into the food hub. It's that Christmas period where some people will be struggling, and if every fan who's going to the game on Saturday just picked up a tin of beans or a packet of pasta or something from when they go shopping in a week or whatever, or whenever someone in their household, without sounding sexist in any way, goes shopping or whatever. Chris, you bastard. Just think how much stuff they'd have. And that would probably shock. You imagine if 19,000 people turned up with a tin of baked beans. that could be quite, or 18,000, whatever, turn up on the Huddersfield game. Say if we got a full ground and they turn up with either a tin of beans, a packet of pasta, or something, mate. Do you know what I mean? And walk up to Kelly and go, there you go. She wouldn't have enough room to store it, I don't think. So that'd be. Yeah, I think she'll love that problem. So yeah. Last time I smoked weed, I have not smoked it in absolute years. So yeah, no. Come on, your lines, you tomorrow. Big 3 points. Come on the wall. I think that's pretty much it. It's only really Stephen's bit about it. He wants you all at the pub for the Huddersfield game. We are looking in for a live show next year, probably February time. We need to put some final touches on it, so that will be a live, and that will be that will possibly be outside of London where it is. So yeah, what plot? There's no fucking plant in the background.
Comments aren't up, by the way.
Huh?
Comments aren't up.
There's no fucking plant in here, so yeah. Messi Borgents. Yeah, goodbye. Look at him now, look. Vanker, so yeah. Right, I'm going for a 3-1 win tomorrow. Ben's going for a 2-1 win. 3-1. You going 3-1 as well?
2-1. 2-1.
Oh, 2-1. So why is it I said 2-1 and then you went no 3-1?
No, I said 2-1. I was just agreeing, just saying. You went 3-1. I said 2-1.
Yeah. That's why his heating bill is so high. It's because I'm bald. But I'm not as old as you, Chris. So yeah, there we go. That's it. Back. Stephen will be back on Sunday. Ben might be back on Sunday. Dan will be back on Sunday. I might be back on Sunday, and you never know. We might even have Omar, which I very much doubt. Joe might be back on Sunday. Chris won't be here on Sunday. I don't even know if he'll be doing a thingy on Saturday either. So,
I'll be about on Sunday.
What's that?
I will be about on Sunday.
Okay, there we go. So, that's it. It's been an hour and a half. It's been fun. It's been unedited, unscripted, and we've pretty much chatted bollocks for most of it. But thank you very much for joining us. It can't have been that bad. The numbers what we started with have pretty much been similar all the way through it, so that's not too bad. Please do remember to like, share, and if you know someone who's not seen us before, maybe send them a link to the videos or send them a link to the YouTube channel, and we'll go from there and see whether or not we can get some new listeners like that. So, Mark F has gone 3-1. Will the elf be?
I'm sure the elf be there.
Oh, yeah. Danny Millwall, cheers for the show. Thank you very much. Charlie says 3-0 the Lions. Yeah, I think 3-1. We'll go 3-1. That's it. We'll be back on Sunday. Make sure you follow us across socials. Check out Twitter and our other socials with the shirt. Save one of the shirts. just playing around with a few new bits and pieces. Yeah, we're back on Sunday. Pretty much that is it. Ben, you can have the final word. What do you want to say?
Big 3 points tomorrow. Lions going to win. As I said, I think it'll be 2-1. But yeah, big 3 points.